Okay, let's do the next problem, which is slightly different. In a survey published in the Journal of American Academy of Dermatologists, 500 people were asked by random telephone dialing whether they have a tattoo and or a body piercing. Of these, 79 reported having a tattoo only, 31 reported having a piercing only, and 151 reported having at least one of the two. Draw a Venn diagram to represent the results, and then use your diagram to answer the questions below. So we have a set of people that have tattoos and piercings. So let's reread the problem and pick out some information. The first thing I see is that it says 79 reported having a tattoo only. So that's going to go over here on the only tattoo portion of the T circle. We're not going to subtract anything because it says tattoo only. Then the next thing that is stated is that 31 reported having a piercing only. So that's going to go here on the right, and the key is that word only. When it says piercing only, it means we're only one part of the circle. Now, the next thing says 151 have at least one of the two. What does at least mean? It means you could have a tattoo or piercing or both. So if the counts of each of these three sections are added together, it'll total to 151. Then to find the middle number, just subtract 79 and 31 from 151. So 151 minus 79 minus 31, that equals 41. Now, am I done? Not yet. The survey says 500 people were asked. So the remaining number of people have neither a piercing nor a tattoo. So to find this, we'll do 500 minus all the numbers in the middle. Well, we already figured out the total of the numbers in the middle. They totaled 151. So 500 minus 151 equals 349 people have neither. Now, we can use this Venn diagram to answer the following questions. Find the number of respondents that have a tattoo. So that's going to be everyone that has a tattoo, everyone contained within the T circle. So this will be 79 plus 41, which is 120. Next, we're asked to find the number of respondents that have a piercing. So this means we need all the counts within the piercing set. So I'm going to add the 41 plus 31. That equals 72. 72 of the respondents have a piercing. The next question asks, how many respondents have both a tattoo and a piercing? There's that word, and. When we see the word and, we think intersection. So look at the intersection of our Venn diagram, and we get 41. So 41 respondents have both. The final question asks for the number of respondents that have neither. We already figured that out. That's 349 people. So the next part of the question asks for the percentage of respondents that have a tattoo. Well, we already found that 120 respondents have a tattoo. Out of 500, we'll do a little division, and that equals 0.24. But it asks for percent. So to turn this into percent, I just multiply by 100 and I get 24%. The next question asks for the percent of people with a piercing. We'll do the exact same steps. 72 people had a piercing out of 500, and that equals 0.144. Then I multiply by 100 to get to 14.4%. And the last part of the question asks for the percent of people with both. So that will be 41 out of our 500. That equals 0.082. And I multiply by 100 to get 8.2%. There's actually one more problem that we need, and that is the percent of people with neither a tattoo or a piercing. Well, we found that that was 349 out of 500 people. If you put that in your calculator, you get 0.698. And since the problem asks for a percentage, I'm going to multiply that by 100 to get 69.8%.